us to deal with our finances. Then we summarize them, we graph them, we see how we do from year to year, we pull out our taxes from them, we do all kinds of things, lots of different views, and we have software which is very specifically written to allow us to do lots of the sorts of things we expect to do with financial data. So now the challenge of putting data on the web in general is that this data is going to be about all kinds of things. So I'm going to want to pull out my financial data and then look at it in the calendar view so that I can see what I was doing when I wrote that check. And then maybe I'll need to figure out, to do that, I'll need to put in some photographs, and having pulled in some photographs, I'll be able to go from the photograph to who is in the photograph through my address book, maybe through the organizational structure of their company or the project they're working on, from one domain into another. And then it's projection of that onto, wow, if this need, what about all these other people who deal with a lot more data, who have much more serious questions to ask on Monday morning? In the life sciences, there's a lot of excitement about using about semantic web data. I don't want the next serious emergency to happen until the doctors and the emergency technicians and the rescue crews have got the ability to look instantly at all the data involved, even the data which was not part of the study of the diseases. It was a study of air traffic. But I want them to be able to, when they study this disease, to go and look at air travel patterns. I want them to go and look at nutrition patterns. I want them to be able to pull in whatever data they need in order to be able to stop the virus before it's too late. The data web, like the document web, involves standards. Document web as HTML, the cascading style sheets, and so on. All these things are enabled by open royalty-free standards. Same on the data web. Whereas you represent a document in HTML, you represent data in RDF. RDF is to data as HTML is to documents. That's been defined for several years now. And for some companies that are using semantic web technology internally, they're getting the we can move so much faster. This is very flexible technology. If we'd have been using conventional database technology, we wouldn't be able to change our business model so quickly. We wouldn't be able to change the sort of data that we're carrying about our products and our customers so quickly. For scientists, the aha moment will be when they've read about a paper that they were interested in. They were curious about exactly how the person got to that result, and then they found a link from the paper to the data, and then they found they could just reproduce the processing of the results immediately. I think that's the step which a lot of funding agencies are pushing towards. I know certainly in the US, pushing to say if we're funding you, you have to put your data out there. You should put it out there in a standard format because we've paid you to make the data, and you may have published a paper which based on some results that you noticed. Somebody else may want to do very much of a transverse cut through your data and everybody else's data. We need to be able to get the reuse of the data which we funded. So I think that's going to be essential for things like being able to respond to disasters effectively, being able to respond to new diseases that hit the planet, and the big challenges like Alzheimer's, AIDS and cancer, which involve such a lot of information from so many fields being correlated, and the person who has the brainwave who makes the next step forward being able to get hold of the data that he or she needs to be able to make that step.
Purpose of semantic web. Humans are capable of using the web to carry out various kinds of tasks. But one computer cannot accomplish all of these tasks without human direction, because web pages are designed to be read by people, not machines. The semantic web is a vision of information that is understandable by computers. So computers can perform more of tedious work involved in finding, combining, and acting upon information on the web. Tim Berners-Lee originally expressed the vision of the semantic web follows. I have a dream for the web become capable of analyzing all the data on the web, the content, links, and transactions between people and computers. A semantic web, which should make this possible, has yet to emerge, but when it does, the day-to-day mechanisms of trade, bureaucracy, and our daily lives will be handled by machines talking to machines. The intelligent agents people have touted for ages will finally materialize. Importance of semantic web. It provides the foundation on which we can build more intelligent internet applications. It will help everyone find, organize, collect, use and share information more easily. With the semantic web, web pages contain machine understandable information that allows our computers to do more interesting things with the data. Usage of semantic web. The semantic web is expected to revolutionize scientific publishing, such as real-time publishing and sharing of experimental data on the Internet. All industries with an online presence would benefit. For example, the healthcare industry could improve the management of medical records. Personal calendars would become a lot easier to manage and share. The semantic web is regarded as an integrator across different content and information applications and systems, and provide mechanisms for the realization of enterprise information systems. Semantic web services go beyond current services by adding ontologies and formal knowledge to support description, discovery, negotiation, mediation, and composition. This is related to informal materials. Printing or compute cycle or storage services will be created from scratch using semantic web authoring tools. Discovering new connections. The semantic web will improve the connections between knowledge on the web and software. How is this kind of reasoning and discovery enabled? The semantic web provides a set of technologies for formally defining the context of information. The semantic web relies on new standards for marking up information with statements about its context that enable any applications to understand and reason about the meaning of those statements in the same way. By applying semantic reasoning agents to large collections of semantically enhanced content, new connections may be inferred, leading to new knowledge, unexpected discoveries. This kind of reasoning and discovery is already taking place in fields from drug discovery and medical research to homeland security and intelligence. Programming the global mind. The distinction here is that instead of collections of interoperating but separate intelligent applications, individuals and groups, the entire web itself will begin to function as one cohesive intelligent system. We hope the global brain will not have the collective equivalent